Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about the antihypertensive drug. Antihypertensive drug means the drug which helps to reduce the blood pressure. That is called as a antihypertensive drugs. So it will come in the CVS pharmacology. First of all, hypertension. So hypertension is called as a increase in the blood pressure. Systolic blood pressure greater than 120 mm of Hg. So its classification is there. Systolic blood pressure classification is there. See, we will see here. See in this. See in this. So in this antihypertensive drugs are there. So the hypertension, what is that? Persistent increase in the blood pressure is called as a hypertension. So hypertension means suppose this is the vessels, no. So the pressure exerted by the blood on the lateral wall of the arteries or veins, that is called as a blood pressure. The pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of the artery is called as a blood pressure. So systolic blood pressure is 140 mmHg. Normally it is 120. If greater than 140, then it is called as a hypertension. And diastolic blood pressure is 90 mm of Hg. Hypertension, there are the two types of hypertension, primary and secondary. Primary is unknown cause, but secondary it is due to the other condition, medical condition like renal disorder is there, any kidney problem is there, and endocrine disorder is there, means hormonal problem is there, or either some medication. Then based on the severity, normal systolic blood pressure is diastolic blood pressure. Normally less than 120 should be there, and it is less than 80. Pre-hypertension 120 to 139 is there, then it is called as a pre-hypertension. Means the person is prone to the hypertension, but it is not a completely hypertension. Then in this 80 to 90, 89, and then stage 1 140 to 160. Diastolic blood pressure is 90 to 99. Then stage second greater than 160 mm of Hg. Unit is millimeter of mercury. In this greater than 100 greater than 100 diastolic blood pressure is called as a stage 2 hypertension. And now blood pressure formula is there. Blood pressure is equal to cardiac output into peripheral vascular resistance. Peripheral vascular resistance means these are the vessels, so this will resist the blood flow, that is called as a peripheral vascular resistance. The vessels will resist the blood flow, that is called as a peripheral vascular resistance. So cardiac output means amount of blood ejected in 1 minute is called cardiac output. Then prolonged hypertension can cause a stroke or renal failure. Then classification, stroke, it mainly causes a ischemic stroke. There are the two types of stroke, that is ischemic and hemorrhagic. So ischemic stroke is caused when there is a obstruction of the vessels. When vessels are obstructed, then it is called as ischemic stroke. When the vessels are ruptured or break, then it will cause a hemorrhagic stage. Means suppose this is the vessel, so this blood will leak out into the brain, that is called as a hemorrhagic stroke. So if there is too much pressure is there, then it can lead to the rupture of the vessels. Then classifications, what are the drugs which are used in the hypertension? First is diuretics. In diuretics, thiazide is there, loop diuretics is there, K plus is sparseine diuretics is there. Understand? Then drugs acting on RAS. RAS means renin angiotensin system. So in this is AC inhibitor is there, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. Then ARB is there, angiotensin receptor blocker. And then third one is a renin inhibitor. and then sympatholytic is there, means sympathetic system will be breakdown. In this centrally acting is there, beta blocker is there, alpha blocker and alpha and beta blocker both. Then vasodilator are there, vasodilator. In vasodilator there is the arterial dilator, arterial plus venous dilator, and then calcium channel blocker. These all are the drug used in the hypertension. Then what is diuretics? Diuretics. So diuretics mainly, di means increase or double, you can say double, or uresis means urine, means increasing the amount of urine. So when there is a increased amount of urine, there will be increased water loss. Water loss. Once the water loss is increased, there will be increase in the sodium loss also, because whenever the water is going to excrete, along with water, sodium is also going to excrete in order to maintain the ionic balance. See, thiazides, example is hydrochlorothiazide and chlorothiazide. Loop diuretics, furosemide, this is the name of the drug. Then K plus sparsing diuretic means potassium sparsing diuretics is a spironolactone. Then diuretics enhance the excretion of sodium and water. Means diuretics means increasing the amount of urine. So in urine, sodium and water is excreting. So this will, whenever the water in the, suppose this is blood and this is kidney. So from this tubules is there, renal tubules. So here water is excreting. So when there is a water is excretion, the water in the blood will be decreases. So plasma volume will be decreases. And once the एक बार अगर वाटर डिक्रीज हो गया, वाटर अगर डिक्रीज हो गया तो ऑटोमेटिकली क्या हो जाएगा, ब्लड प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि जब अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर कम हो गया तो ऑटोमेटिकली प्रेशर जो लेटरल लगा रहा था वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. तो दिस विल लीड टू द डिक्रीज इन द ब्लड प्रेशर. एंड diuretics also decreases the body sodium. So sodium which help in the relaxation of smooth muscles, because sodium and calcium exchanger are there. So sodium voice decreases, so calcium will be not coming inside. So influx of the sodium is decrease, which will lead to the relaxation of smooth muscles. So muscle will be relaxed. So peripheral vascular resistance, the resistance offered by the vessels wall, that is will be decreased, and which will lead to the blood pressure will be decreased. These are the first line defense, means first line whenever the patient with the hypertension come, we will suggest first diuretics, and after that is angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor, that is a drug acting on the RAS. So in that is angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasoconstriction. So it will, angiotensin 2 is there, no, it will cause the vasoconstriction. So when the vessel constriction will be there, this will increase the blood pressure. So this drug is going to decrease the blood pressure. How? See, renin is the hormone which is secreted by the kidney. So this will act in the angiotensinogen. This is the present in blood. So this angiotensin is there. This angiotensinogen will be converted into angiotensin 1 by the renin. Renin will be present. It is a hormone which is secreted by the kidney, and it is present in the blood. So whenever renin is there, renin will convert angiotensinogen into angiotensin 1, and this angiotensin 1 will be converted into angiotensin 2 by the angiotensin converting enzyme. So this enzyme will be inhibited by this drug, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. So these are the drug which will inhibit the angiotensin 1 for the conversion into angiotensin 2, and angiotensin 2 is a vasoconstrictor, means it will constrict the vessels. So if angiotensin 2 will not form, means if angiotensin 2 will not form, then vasoconstriction will be not occur, so vasodilation will be happening. So this is how there will be a decrease in the blood pressure. This all over the mechanism of angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. So this will inhibit this enzyme, so this will be not going to happen. So this will not going to happen. So angiotensin 1 it will be not converted into angiotensin 2. So vasoconstriction will be not happening. So this will lead to the decrease in the blood pressure because of vasodilation. These all are the antihypertensive, means angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. And after that, this angiotensin 2 is also going to stimulate aldosterone. And this aldosterone is going to increase the sodium and water excretion from kidney. So this aldosterone going to increase the sodium and water excretion from kidney. So this will going to increase the excretion from kidney. So once the water in the plasma, water in the blood will decrease, which will lead to the decrease in the blood pressure. This complete about the angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor, and some of the example is there. Angiotensin 1 enzyme are captopril, enalapril, lisinopril, all with suffix pril, means सबका ending क्या है, pril. So these all are the angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. Then adverse effect क्या है, persistent dry cough रहेगा पेशेंट को. ड्राई कफ क्यों है? Because it will prevent the breakdown of the bradykinin. ब्रेडिकाइनिन क्या होता है? केमिकल मीडिएटर्स रहता है. तो ये एंजियोटेंसिन कन्वर्टिंग एंजाइम क्या करेगा? ये एंजियोटेंसिन कन्वर्टिंग एंजाइम है ना, जो वो क्या करता है? ब्रेक डाउन करता है ब्रेडिकाइनिन का. सो अगर ये एंजियोटेंसिन कन्वर्टिंग एंजाइम इनहिबिटर है तो वो ब्रेक नहीं कर पाएगा ब्रेडिकाइनिन को. तो ब्रेडिकाइनिन क्या है? इन्फ्लामेटरी मीडिएटर है. तो वो इन्फ्लामेशन कॉज करेगा. तो इन्फ्लामेशन कॉज करेगा तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? ड्राइनेस होगा, मीन्स ट्रैकिया पे आके वो इन्फ्लामेशन कॉज करेगा. तो क्या होगा? परसिस्टेंट ड्राई कफ रहेगा, पेशेंट को इन्फ्लामेशन क्या रहेगा? स्किन रैशेस रहेगा और हाइपर कैलेमिया हो सकता है बिकॉज ऑफ डिक्रीज सोडियम लेवल. डिक्रीज, ये अल्डोस्टेरोन को डिक्रीज करता है. यहाँ पे अपन सीखिए, अल्डोस्टेरोन को क्या कर रहा था? वो इनहिबिट कर रहा था, क्योंकि ये अल्डोस्टेरोन को स्टिमुलेट करता है. तो ऑटोमेटिकली यही नहीं कन्वर्ट होगा तो अल्डोस्टेरोन को सीक्रेट नहीं कर पाएगा. तो इसकी वजह से क्या होगा? अल्डोस्टेरोन का भी लेवल कम हो जाएगा. तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? हाइपर कैलेमिया होएगा और हाइपोटेंशन मीन बोले तो कोई भी ड्रग जो ब्लड प्रेशर कम कर रहा है, तो अगर उसको बहुत ज्यादा एक्सेस अमाउंट में दे देंगे तो वो ज्यादा सीवियर हाइपोटेंशन हो जाएगा. हाइपोटेंशन मतलब बिलो द, बहुत डिक्रीज हो जाएगा ब्लड प्रेशर. This complete and uses, somewhat uses is that is hypertension. Mainly AC inhibitors are used in the hypertension in all the grades. And congestive cardiac failure also, angiotensin converting enzyme is used because of its vasodilator property. It will dilate the vessels, so which will lead to the easily blood flow. Blood flow will easily go through. And myocardial infarction, so it will prevent the congestive heart failure because of vasodilator property. It will dilate the vessel and resistance is less, so blood will easily flow and the myocardial infarction will be not going to happen. And then CAD means coronary artery diseases. So AC inhibitor reduce the risk of myocardial infarction and chronic renal failure. In somewhat kidney diseases, kidney failure is also AC inhibitor is used. And another video we will post in next class. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any doubt, then let me know.